Migrants arriving on buses from Texas rest before being transported to citywide shelters. The arrivals area in the 500 block of West Vernon Park Place, Chicago on October 3, 2023. President Joe Biden's decision Thursday to resume deportation flights of Venezuelans raised concerns among immigration advocates on Friday. Although details of the policy change remained unclear, state and city officials said it was not immediately clear how deportation flights, which Biden officials said would resume within days, would affect immigrant populations in Chicago and Illinois. However, Governor J.B. Alex Gough, Pritzker's spokesman, said state expects policy to reduce number of Venezuelans arriving at U.S. southwestern border for people deemed ineligible for asylum. Gough said this may mean that more people will be processed for deportation. Meanwhile, Mayor Brandon Johnson continued his public calls Friday for state and federal governments increase aid to Chicago for humanitarian crisis surrounding city's growing immigrant population, saying Springfield must make sacrifices support city's refugee response. Venezuelan immigrants listened to Brayan Lozano on camera outside the Chicago Police Department 1st District Station on October 6, 2023. Lozano, a Colombian refugee, became leader of the mutual aid group at station. Johnson's remarks came day after he met with Illinois House Speaker Emanuel Welch in his office at City Hall to discuss the state legislature's fall veto session, and a day after Pritzker showed lukewarm interest in sending larger sum of money to Chicago for thousands of refugees. Asks if it's time for state lawmakers trim fat elsewhere in the budget, provide more immigrant grants. Chicago, Johnson said, "I'll continue have conversations, ensure the sacrifices that have been made and they're shared fairly." Pritzker appeared close the door Thursday on more government money to be allocated aid immigrants by state lawmakers who meet for veto sessions later this month and next fall. "It's not like we're coming in with a massive surplus," Pritzker told reporters. "This is not something we have hundreds of millions of dollars to support." The mayor did not respond to whether Welch had signaled approval for ditional funding request, but said he told Speaker, as well as Governor and White House, that they should help ease city's burden of caring for more than 17,000 immigrants. Chicago from the U.S. southern border since August 2022. Cristina Pacione-Zayas, Johnson's deputy chief of staff and former state senator, also said during week that Springfield should look to cut some of the state's current funding for immigrant grants to city. "The people of Chicago are being asked, and quite frankly, tasked, to bear the vast majority of that responsibility," Johnson said. "I know leadership and the state of Illinois understands importance of Chicago, and I ask other people to do their part, too." Still, Mayor nodded to the growing impatience expressed